Patience is a concept that is easier talked about than it is executed. After years of hard work to develop a property, we always want our next hunt to be the one that pays off. Sometimes this process takes weeks. Other times it takes years. When the opportunity finally presents itself, you begin to understand why you have waited for so long. When all of the hard work you have put in finally yields the results you were aiming to accomplish, the time spent waiting makes the experience that much sweeter.
Here we are, we're down at my farm down here in Randolph County, getting ready to start our fall food plots, putting some of our seed in the ground. This is one of my favorite spots on the farm. It sits in the bottom, and we love to hunt here whenever we have a rising thermal and it's really cold. So we usually wait all year long just to sit this spot. Got my helpers down here, my boys. Got my lovely wife behind the camera. So what do? Food plots? Fall food plots, here we go.
You know, it's really cool to have your own property that you can work in, you know, day in and day out. You've got property you can access whenever you want, do whatever you want to with it. And when it comes to managing deer and deer herd, that's a big time bonus. It gives you a little bit more advantage than just leasing ground or borrowing your buddy's hunting property or things along those lines.
So even though Matt's got a small tract of land here, he can manage this thing, you know, for good deer, and he's really put the work in with him and his family, making habitat, getting everything right for this place to hold deer, at least hold some does. That way he's got some good bucks during the rut.
You know, being a little bit ahead of Matt with the, you know, the father-son relationship, it's pretty cool for me to be able to see him now doing the same thing with his kids, bringing them up in the outdoors, putting them on tractors, doing food plot seed with Whitetail Institute, whatever the case is. He's spending a lot of time out there, and with me just going through this, I think it's really cool that every one of us, myself, Brandon, all of us get to get our kids in the outdoors, and not only that, but record the whole process.
Even a 40 to 80 acre tract of land affords you the opportunity to do a lot as far as deer management goes. He's only taken a few deer off of this property. I know a few years ago his wife Brooke, she killed her first buck off of this property, and I can't imagine how great that feels to have your spouse experience her first buck on a property that you've brought to fruition, this dream that you had of having and owning your own place to hunt.
Well, it's no secret, there's some really good deer in Illinois. I actually had the opportunity to go up probably 2 years ago with Matt, hunt the property with him, and I know for a fact Matt's pretty picky on this property. And unless it's your wife or a kid or really much, that's pretty much it. You're not just shooting anything that comes in, you're looking for mature whitetail deer.
It was so fun a couple years ago whenever Heath came up to hunt with me. We were actually sitting up in this spot right here. One thing we've done this year is we teamed up with Hunt Stand, and that is a great app that has become a really good tool for us in the field. One great thing about them is you can go onto your properties online and you can click your property, order a 3x4 foot canvas size of your property so you have a better way to look at it than on a computer screen or on your phone. It has just become a really good, useful tool for us to use this past season.
Strut and Buck is being brought to you by Nikon. Trust earned. Big and J. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. And Swagger, the bipod with moves. Strut and Buck is being brought to you by the Tour 12 Podcast. Experience 12 months of living your passion, business, leadership, and life. Search the Tour 12 Podcast on iTunes.
Here we are, it's November 6th. Hunting in Southern Illinois. things are starting to get in full swing. Our trail cameras have been showing us some good deer moving around. It's a great evening. Got a good wind to sit on this field edge. Testing out the new buck bomb cradle over a scrape that we started way back in, I think it was August or September. And been hitting it, so yeah, we're pretty pumped about tonight. It's November, baby. Something that we wait all year for these, so to speak, like 10 to 15 days. All year we plan for. So it's pretty exciting to be at this point already.
Well, Matt's in the grind. He's in that time where it's the rut and anything could happen, and eventually something will happen if you can just hang in there long enough. And from what I've seen in Matt, this is when he puts the most amount of time in on his property, and it's a wise thing to do because he's in Illinois, he's on his own piece of property, and if you will put in the time when it comes to the rut in Illinois, I like to say it's just a matter of time.
Skirted by us somewhere.
So one of the hiccups Matt's kind of run into this year is he's been flying solo a lot this year. I mean, and that means running the camera and hunting at the same time. And from someone who's done quite a bit of that in the past, it is a huge hurdle to overcome.
It's November 7th. Get out here. 2:23 now. Covert's here. Telling me that there's deer moving midday. Start moving at 12:30. A little late to the party, but we're headed now. So evenings have been good here. Mornings have been very, very touchy. So I don't know why. You would think morning like this morning they'd be all over, but not today. More midday movement. It's been better in the evening, so it's been kind of holding out for evening hunts. Just starting to get the chase on, so saw it going out here last night, so hoping to do it again. I'm in Southern Illinois.
Strut and Buck is being brought to you by Expedition Archery. Experience perfection. Thermacell. Turn it on, mosquitoes gone. And Buck Bomb. Explosive results. Strut and Buck is being brought to you by B&W Trailer Hitches. Completely stows away and is 100% American made. best adventures begin with towing.
It's November 8th. It's the rut. Bugs are going crazy. At least they were last night. So we're back here in the same spot. Well, not the same spot, different stands. Same area in southern Illinois. Out here early, it's only 10 after 12. So, had to do the work thing this morning. So, now we're doing the hunt thing. With high hopes. So, we will see. It's gonna happen. We got a really cold weather coming in. Plus, we got some snow they're talking about the next couple of days. So, with any luck, we'll get one so we don't have to get cold. Bringing out the big guns. Big fluffy. That's better. Just had a little buck pass through. Must be getting ready to get on her feet for the evening. Just waiting for those big boys to get up now. Unless they're locked down with does, which is very possible. When I'm yesterday, I wouldn't leave the doe alone, so. But it's getting close to evening and there's a deer on its feet, so. Just waiting for the rest of them now. Tell you what, that was pretty cool. That's one of the bucks that we know. And he's obviously got a pass. He needs a couple more years on him yet. But it's a lot of percent control. I got wind blowing right out that way and he stopped. I mean, the proof's right there. He didn't, I mean, he stood there long enough for a good shot and he never winded us and blew. Never did anything. Just kind of left on his own. Awesome. Night's not over yet.
Strut and Buck is being brought to you by Quiet Cat Electric Bikes. Financing available starting at $75 a month. Hunter Safety System. Saving lives is what we do. And Sportsman's Guide. Outfitting your passion for the outdoors at the lowest prices. Strut and Buck is being brought to you by the Tour 12 Podcast. Experience 12 months of living your passion, business, leadership, and life. Search the Tour 12 Podcast on iTunes.
Here we are. It is November 9th, about 2 in the afternoon. It's been a weird week. Real hot one night, now it's really cold. We've just had a couple like little snowflakes hitting me. Obviously dressing a lot warmer too. Yeah, we're hoping that some of the bigger boys get on their feet and start cruising more. Saw one the other night just kind of moving around a little bit, but they're not full board running yet. So hopefully tonight will start off. If not, tomorrow morning. Supposed to be a 9-degree wind chill tomorrow. So we will find out. All kinds of good stuff going on. Southern Illinois.
Matt's in the tree. It's early afternoon. He's shooting his interview stuff, and all of a sudden, boom.
Okay, well that happened fast. I'm just sitting here just trying to get some B-roll. Had to spin around real fast, had a deer come in. Little buck came in grunting. It's pretty cool. At least it's cooler starting already, so now hopefully they get bigger as they come out of the brush. We'll wait and see. Good stuff though. Awesome, awesome.
You know, like any mature buck, you never know exactly when or where they're going to show up. And this thing comes out of nowhere, man. Unexpected and wham bam in your face.
I have probably only been here for 15 minutes. Buck coming through. Another one came in. Oh, I'm trying to do B-roll, film myself. Holy cow.
Matt finally kills the kind of deer that he's been looking forward to killing since he purchased this piece of property. And I mean, the first thing you do when you get a big buck on the ground like that is you want to get on the phone and you want to start sharing it with everyone that you care about.
Hello? Hello, I just shot a stoat.
When you're self-filming and you actually harvest really any animal, but especially a nice deer, you don't have anything left to do except start making phone calls. And that's what Matt does.
Oh, and like you said on the way down here, just get out there and go. Love you. All right, bye-bye. Bye. I have to call my wife. I mean, oh my gosh, she's my biggest fan. I just found the arrow. And we got the arrow. Just call my dad. He's gonna come down and give me a hand. Looks good. Looks good. Well, the blood trail has ended. And about 60 yards. Yes. Oh, look at them bases. A heck of a deer. I'll tell you what we're gonna do right now. My dad's on his way down. I'm gonna wait for my dad to get here. We're gonna come up and get him with the gator, so. I'm not kidding, I'm fired up. I'm fired up. All self-filmed. We spent so many years working on this farm. My wife and my two boys. You know, my brother-in-law Jordan's really pitched in a lot too, and it's just so rewarding after so many years. Adrenaline never stops.
It's kind of a bookend to this whole story and this big deer that he's waited so long for, to have his dad there with him to recover this deer and help him get him out of the woods.
Okay, now I got my dad here, so now we can go get him, even though we've already been here once. We spent so many years down here getting it ready for habitat, spending time for the deer, all the animals. Mom and Dad had this since I was a kid, and then they passed it down to me, and then I trying to turn it into a sanctuary for animals, deer and anything. And tonight all that hard work paid off. Thank you, Dad. Wow.